My name is Dylan Bowen.
My name is Callan Jarvis.
My name is James Vincent.
And I'm Harrison Rogers.
And today we are going over the business management functions that we learned from business professionals to teach new teachers.
I interviewed Mr. Crocker, and he organizes his classroom by using a planner, and he creates lesson plans corresponding by days. So that's how he organizes his class.
So I interviewed my dad, who's an attorney, and I asked him how does he motivate and direct people, and he told me he tries to lead by example and by positive feedback and giving his clients constructive criticism. It also helps to pay people fairly. And then he talked about how he coordinates with his clients and colleagues on a case-by-case basis, and then he takes into account the specific circumstances of each case as well as his client's particular goals.
So I'm Miss Napke, and I focused on planning. In many ways that she plans events, concerts, fundraisers, along with helping students understand different languages through song. She also gets input from students, which helps her choose certain levels of difficulty for understanding certain choir terms.
I interviewed my dad over the control function and asked him how he controls things and people. And he says that he sets goals to hit specific standards so they can finish the project on time and all stay on task.
All the interviews we did helped us better understand how business professionals utilize the business management functions in their everyday job, and these can all help us teach new teachers better how to plan.
And now we'll show you guys an interview of one of our teachers.
Hi, I'm Dylan. I'm from Mr. Maddox's business class, and we have a couple of questions to ask you about your how you manage your class. So, all right, first question: how do you manage your class when no one's on task?
Well, luckily, most of my classes are populated with self-motivated students, so I just have to remind them that your grade is going to be affected if you don't get your work done, and that usually does it. If it's in my first few years of teaching, when I was teaching some more difficult students, there were various ways that work to manage the class. I could turn on calming music. Sometimes that would help. Lowering the light seems to help get students a little bit back into focus, or at least calm down a little bit. But mostly I just remind them that, this is a grade and they'll get back on task when necessary.
Yeah, okay. What do you plan for your lessons usually?
I usually try to teach within a unit, looking for, different aspects of a particular unit. Like currently for the sophomores, I'm teaching MLA, and there are other things that go along with MLA, so it's not going to be MLA every day, but it's sort of grouping tasks or activities together to meet an overall standard that's kind of set by the state.
Okay. How do you determine what you're going to teach for the day?
Again, it depends on where I am as far as a unit goes, but it's, I'm guided by the Kentucky core standards for education. So I have a planning partner, someone who teaches advanced and honors sophomores, and she and I will plan together. So we're usually on the same page.
Okay, let's see. How do you organize your lesson plans?
I try to start with sort of a warm-up that deals directly with what we're going to be talking about for the day. So if it's MLA, I might give them an incorrect MLA citation that they have to correct as the warm-up. A lot of times I give them self-reflection, writing prompts on things that relate to whatever we're either reading in class or we're going to be talking about that day. And then I usually the rest of between the warm up and sometimes I will occasionally have an exit ticket that they have to do. That in between time is usually just pretty off the cuff. Like I just go with what I use my instincts to see where the students are, and if we need to spend more time on a certain thing, I'll slow the lesson down. If I'm losing them because they're bored, they already know this, then I'll speed it up to get on to the next thing.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Crocker. Appreciate the questions.